Catery's event checklist feature is a powerful way to make sure you never forget important tasks for your events. Using this tool, not only can you create a default list of tasks that can be optionally pulled into any event, but you can also have the program automatically assign different tasks to different types of parties and even automatically calculate due dates. You have to check out how this works. To create your default checklist of to-do tasks, you click the Administration ribbon tab at the top of the screen, and then you click the Lists button and choose the option Default Checklists. Now, at the top left of this window is a green plus sign where you can add a new category or group of checklist items. And at the top right is a green plus sign to add a specific checklist item to one of those groups. For this example, in this event booking group of items, I'll click the green plus sign on the far right side of the screen, and I'll add a new checklist item, Get Initial Deposit, and I'll categorize that as a sales task, and I'll even automatically assign it to Kathy Wilson. Now, that's just the beginning. Check this button out over here, View Checklist Item. Using this window, you can automatically assign a default due date to your checklist items. For example, I can tell the program if I ever pull this item into any event, I want the due date to automatically be calculated as a certain number of days, weeks, or months after or before the date the party is booked or the date the party is actually held. So I could say I want the deposit 10 days after I book a party. I could say I wanted a certain number of days before the party is held, etc. I'll leave it 10 days after the booked date for a general party, but here's the thing. Certain parties have different rules for their deposits. So that's where the bottom half of this window comes in. You can actually apply conditional due dates and actually have the program automatically set up the task lists for all of your various parties. Check this out. I'm going to click the green plus sign at the bottom here. And here you can tell the program to automatically assign this task to all of your new events or to events with a certain status, category, theme, etc. For this example, I am going to choose events with a theme of, and then I will click into my quick pick list of themes and choose wedding reception, and I am going to assign a default due date for the deposit in a wedding reception of 14 days after the book date. Understand, from now on, if I book a wedding, not only will this task automatically be assigned to that wedding, but it will also have an automatically calculated due date. Now, let's click the green plus sign on the right-hand side again, and we'll add another condition based on theme. This time, we'll do a theme of meeting, and we will automatically assign a due date of 1 day after the book date for a meeting, since those usually happen a little more quickly. Now, I'll click OK here, and just for comparison, I'm going to click on the task Call for Final Guest Count, and you can see that this task has certain conditions applied to it as well. For example, if I book a meeting, I'm going to need a final guest count 2 days before the date the party is held. Now, I'll click OK here, and I'll click OK to close this window down. And before I go in and show you how this works, we're going to do a right mouse click here on the main screen and go to the program's global settings. Here, I'm going to click the Conflicts tab, and you'll see in this group, Enable Warnings For, there's a checkbox next to Event Checklist Items Due. What this means is if you ever try to save an event that has checklist items due, it will prompt you. It will warn you that you have overdue tasks and you might want to review them. Okay, let's see how this all works in action. I'm going to go to the Event Wizard, and I'm going to quickly find my client, Winterfell Social Society. Now I'll click Next in the wizard to book this client a party, and I will choose, of course, the theme of meeting. And then I will quickly enter the other details like guest count. I'll choose this Wednesday as a date. I'll enter a start and end time. I'll say it's even going to have a breakfast buffet, and then I will quickly choose a setup style and a banquet room for the party. Now, when I click OK in this wizard to book my new event, you know the powerful and friendly wizard actually offers to walk me through grabbing menu items. I'll say no for right now, and instead I'll simply save the party that we've created. Now notice what happens automatically. I'm getting a prompt that says, wait a minute, you have checklist items that are due. Do you want to save the party anyway? Well, I'll say no, and it'll pop open my list of checklist items, and notice what you see here. First of all, the get initial deposit task that I created and that I told the program should be automatically due 1 day after I booked the party, which of course would be tomorrow, and then call for final guest count, which is automatically due 2 days before the event is held, which in this case would be today. I can check off any items that are done, and now I can easily save the party without issue. You, of course, can print checklists for any individual event. On the Reports ribbon tab, under Activity, you can track checklists for an entire date range. There's even a really handy way to track all checklist items on the Backstage tab of the program. This is definitely one of those features that you're going to want to play around with. Every party you create has tasks associated with it. There's always a list of things you have to do. Why should you have to keep track of them? Build your custom workflow into Caterees and let it prompt you so you never forget the important details again.